Welcome to Bloomberg Voices. I'm Haslinda Amin in Kuala Lumpur. As the world tries to make sense of the financial turmoil, Malaysia has been grappling with its political quagmire. After about 6 decades of dominance, the ruling UMNO coalition has never been weaker. It suffered its worst election results in its history. The man inheriting all the problems and challenges is Najib Tun Razak, the incoming Premier of Malaysia. Najib Tun Razak, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, you're poised to take over the leadership in March. What's your view? What do you want from Malaysia and Malaysians?
We're hoping that we can take the country to the next stage or the next level of development. I'm going to emphasize not just physical development. I'm concerned about transforming Malaysia, not only in terms of GDP growth, but we want to build a stronger Malaysia in terms of stronger institutions, in terms of stronger values for the people, and generally managing greater expectations of all Malaysians in terms of a more progressive, mature, sophisticated society.
You're in the unenviable task, or rather seat, of reviving not just growth, but as well as the spirit in the country. There seems to be a split within UMNO, the ruling coalition. The recent election showed that it has the least popularity in all its history. How do you intend to revive the party?
It's a huge challenge, and I think UMNO is up to the task. We have to go through this whole process of understanding where we are today and why we fared badly in the last elections. There must be this political will and desire to change within UMNO. I don't think we can expect people to look at us in more favorable terms unless we change, unless we rectify our weaknesses, unless we project a better image. I've come out very openly to say that if we do not change, the people will change us.
But there is a split within the party. You have to speak with one voice, and that doesn't seem to be the case right now.
We have to go through this process of elections, and as you know, every time there's elections in UMNO, there'll be people contesting, there'll be divergent views. But after the contest is over, generally within UMNO there's a spirit to close ranks, and I hope that will happen, and I think it will happen.
Is there a need to get a fresh mandate, considering what happened at the last elections?
No, we have the mandate to continue for the next 5 years in office, and we intend to continue, and we intend to deliver, and at the end of the period the people can judge us.
There's some reservations on the ground regarding the credibility issue. There's allegations of perhaps your involvement in the murder, as well as to do with the scandals involving projects. Are you concerned about that? Perhaps that would affect your leadership?
Yes, I'm concerned. Concerned because people have resorted to such tactics, underhand tactics. There's no proof, there's no basis, and one shouldn't make allegations unless there's a basis, and I'm telling you that I wouldn't stay in office a day longer if I know I'm involved in all those allegations.
We spoke to Tun Mahathir yesterday, and he did mention that these issues will need to be addressed. How will you address these issues?
I have addressed these issues in for example, my answers in Parliament. I have taken the Muslim way of taking the oath in the name of Allah, and I've given numerous statements, and so far no one has come up with any evidence of my alleged involvement.
Why not sue the people who make these allegations?
Well, I can sue people, but as you know, it's going to be a very a tedious process in court, and witnesses can lie in court, and all kinds of things can happen. But by coming out openly and by using the Islamic way, I hope people are convinced that I am not involved in any way.
One of the other issues that's being hotly debated is the new economic policy, a policy that gives preferential treatment to the ethnic Malays. What's your view on that?
We have, we have come a long way. We have liberalized, if you like, the new economic policy. In fact, it is by name is no longer in existence. The new economic policy has been replaced, but there are elements of the new economic policy. My position is that there should be gradual removal of the elements of new economic policy, and at the same time look in terms of the legitimate grievances, the needs of every community. And I believe the needs and the legitimate grievances of every community, of all Malaysians in this country, must be addressed and must be seen that we're serious about of solving their problems.
Are you then saying that you're working towards an eradication of the NEP?
I'm working towards a gradual liberalization, and as and when the Bumiputras have feel that they are confident, and I'm glad to say that more and more of them are more confident of competing now, of doing well globally as well as, of course, domestically. I think in a not too distant future, we will see all the elements of NEP being replaced.
In terms of ethnic minorities, recent polls have shown that you're not very popular with the ethnic minorities. Are there steps that can be taken to gain the support?
Of course, there are polls and then there are polls, first of all. And as you know, nothing is static. In the political field, it's very dynamic. Things will change. And I welcome the challenge. And I welcome the challenge to make the government and Barisan Nasional to appeal to all sections of the community.
What's your take on race-based politics?
The structure is race-based, but we are working towards more multiracial in nature. I think even within the National Front, there has to be a greater collaboration and be seen that working closely together, not only when it comes to election time, but when we make decisions, when we make programs, when we do activities, and our position on many issues should be seen to be more and more in unison with one another.
Dato Sri, we have to leave it there for the moment. We're going for a short break. Bloomberg Voices will be right back.
Welcome to For the Record. I'm Francine Lack.
It's a kind of a different mixture, but
we'll continue to increase until this peak is reached.
The size of the response way beyond my expectations.
The west coast of the United States are still very strong.
With the right people and bring together a team.
For the Record, in association with ING Private Banking.
In the search for big investment rewards, it can pay to think small. Small and medium-sized companies can provide the fastest profit growth for investors, but it can also be a world of risk. Get insights you won't find anywhere else on Bloomberg Television. Every Monday, we'll focus on small and mid-cap stocks around the Asia-Pacific region. We'll talk with fund managers and corporate executives when we think small on Bloomberg Live.